Evening, everyone. My name's Nathan. I'd like to welcome you to the new channel of Porchside Rustics, a channel where it will be about many different crafting, creating, artistic type things going on. This channel is coming about from I did a live feed on, I believe it's epoxy tumblers tutorials, and I had a really good outcome of people watching, people commenting. So I asked the question if I was to start a channel, if people would want to subscribe, watch. So I'm going to give this a shot. For right now, nothing's going to be edited. I don't know how to edit. I don't have editing software yet. I'll be more than happy if anybody wants to comment stuff in the comments below. But until then, this is going to be all raw footage, no editing. Hopefully my battery lasts. Hopefully my GoPro don't crap out on me. But today is going to be a couple of things. One, I'm going to finish the tumbler that I'm doing for my daughter that I started doing during that live feed on Facebook. Then I begged to ask the question a while back, has anybody ever made alcohol inks with mica powder? And I saw some things where people have, but they've used it for resin art or paper art more than I've seen anything on tumblers to use as regular alcohol inks. But so I took it upon myself, 3 colors. I got, let's see if I can show them here. I got I think this is cactus green, no, this is bronze, cactus green, and this is tangerine. So when I point the camera down, I'll show you what I got going on. So one's gonna be the tumbler. I've already done the color to it. I've put my vinyl on it. I've already done one complete coat. Now I'm getting ready to do the last coat, and it'll be complete. Then my daughter can start using it in about a day. I have, like I've explained on my live feed I do a lot of repurposing of jars. I make stash jars. I've used some condiments jars from a local canner that's in my area. I have done some baby food jars. I got 2 other, this is these were fruits. I want to say pears, and I'm not sure what else the other one was, but you'll see that when I point the camera down. Again, it's gonna be raw footage. I'm not going to be editing for now. I don't wear a respirator. I know people are going to say you should wear a respirator, blah, blah, blah. But I am looking into using some other epoxy that is odorless. Right now, the epoxy I use is super clear. I'm almost out. The mica powders I used is by Decor Rom. And so, without any further ado, let's get this started. So I'm going to adjust the camera to point downwards, and I'm going to turn on my tumblers. I'm going to get my epoxy over here, and we'll mix up some epoxy, and we'll start on just putting the finish coat on my daughters, and then we'll start on the other 2. I hope everybody can see this okay. We'll just take them here for a minute and turn on all my tumblers. Get them rolling. Sorry about the noise. I don't actually have a craft area. Like I've said, I've been crafting since '98. Started out doing wood burnings, switched to acrylic and oil paintings. From acrylic and oil paintings, started making things out of pallet wood, also including fractal burning on them. And then I switched over to epoxy and I started using molds, and I just recently started doing tumbler turning. So this channel will show probably a mixture of many different crafting ideas. I don't know if I can show you, but this is, see if I can get it down here so you can see my tumbler, my personal one that I have. On the bottom looks like some wood grain vinyl. I do silhouette work too, so I will be making signs, and I'm not sure how much of that I'll start doing yet. For videos, it's probably going to mainly be epoxy work and paint pours. But yeah, so let's mix up a little bit of epoxy. I got some gloves over here I'll worry about afterwards. Did I grab the right one? No, I got markings on this. So we'll start out. Now, a lot of people, they like putting the epoxy in two different cups, then pouring them together into the same cup. Me, I will pour it into my silicone cup here, and I will pour both parts into it, mixing it. I just scrape it really good. I'm going to do 40 mLs. I'm hoping that will give me enough to cover my daughter's 16-ounce tumbler, and at least to start with one of the jars. So I just added part B because it's a little thinner. This way when I put part A in, it doesn't stick to the sides as much. I use super clear, and I haven't had any issues with super clear. I actually like it. I don't have a problem with it not hardening, not curing. It doesn't tack up on me. So let's do some mixing up here, then I'll throw some gloves and I'll at least coat my daughter's. Hoping you can see. Her nickname is Breezy. So that's one of the vinyl things I put on there. She's a Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas fan. She's a Deadpool fan. She is a cannabis advocate, so she does like, I have a vinyl on there that says I call it medicine with a cannabis leaf. And then I have a Hello Kitty zombie looking vinyl on the bottom. She wanted her cup to resemble a Rastafari type colors. So it's a red, I think I use lemon, cherry, and papaya mica powders. And if anybody is interested in seeing that, or how I accomplished that, you could go to Facebook and go to epoxy tumbler tutorials. I believe that's it. Yeah, I believe that's the way it goes. And check that out there. The video's there. Now, I'm not showing the vinyl on there because certain things probably shouldn't be shown on there, as in with their rules. And I like that site, so I'm going to abide by their rules. I do have my heat gun. I'll probably go off camera here in a second to plug in my heat gun. I don't use a torch. There's going to be a lot of things. I'm not going to call them tutorials. I'm just going to call them, I do what I do, and somebody wants to check it out, they can check it out. So if you end up liking what you see here and you want to see more of things I may try, I'm going to experiment with some things. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, give it a share, would be really great. And let's see where this channel goes. I'm going to attempt to at least put one video up a week. I do work funny hours for a full-time job. I do have my daughter, her husband, and my grandbaby that lives with me. So we have a lot of things going on here. And my wife and I are resellers on eBay and Poshmark. So my time is limited. So let me go get my heat gun. And we'll get the party started. If you hear anything in the background, it's just probably the TV from the living room. Like I said, I'm out in my kitchen. I don't have a craft area. I have to pick stuff up, bring it back and forth. I do my epoxy work at night after the baby goes to bed so I can let my spinner spin most of the night. I've gotten to where I personally don't like going up to the edge with my epoxy just for cleaning purposes, so I do tape off my edges, tape off my threads, and after about 40 minutes or so of turning, I will come and pull the tape off so it comes off easier and gives me a cleaner looking spot. So micro bubbles aren't too bad, especially when I use mica powders. They don't show up too awful much. Next video I do, I will have photos of close-up, or I'll even have the cup, be able to show you the cup or the tumbler of one of my daughters when it's completely done. And so I am actually going to use the technique, I believe I'm going to use the technique that I did my daughter's cup with these 3 mica powders on this yellow tumbler. Oh, not sorry, tumbler. This yellow jar. On the black one is the one I'm going to experiment with some alcohol inks. And I'm not going to put a colored layer of epoxy on there. I'm just going to use clear because I already have it painted black. And let's see what happens. So I do like when I'm applying my epoxy, the tumbler spinning that away, but I will spin it both ways as necessary. Let's get rid of a few of the bubbles. Before we start pouring, I like to start at the bottom. And work my way to the front of the cup. I am pretty frugal. I like to try to be pretty frugal with my epoxy. It's expensive. I don't like to try to waste a lot of it. I try not to have a whole lot that drips down. As you can see, I bought at the Dollar Tree, I think it was Dollar Tree, or maybe even got it for free from somewhere, some old Halloween tablecloth, vinyl tablecloth, and the epoxy peels right up off from it. Sorry if my arm's in the way of the video, but let's get this. So we'll get it spread. I am right-handed, not left-handed, so this does make it a little difficult until I get a little better setup with the camera. This was kind of a quick makeshift idea with my camera. Hopefully I'll have a little better setup as time goes on. But, maybe a little more. And I'm always open to comments, constructive criticism. I'm not open to people being jerks. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I do these stuff as a hobby. We'll try to turn it into a business, yeah. Where I work does let me set up some of my product for sale. It's usually by word of mouth, a lot of it. Let's see. I've used about 15. I could probably put a little more on just so it has a nice healthy coating. I will show you eventually some of my artwork I've done over the years, and go from there. So I believe I'm going to be good as quick as that is for that. Now I'll throw some. I usually put my heat gun on low and I hold it a good foot and just wave back and forth. Try not to burn the epoxy. I'll put my hand, make sure I'm not getting it too awful hot. This of course will help smooth it out also at the bottom. Go across. We'll hit that again in a little while. So, I'm actually more interested in trying the alcohol ink one right now while I still have plenty of battery going. So, we will throw on another set of gloves here. Get epoxy put on, and as you saw, I had to mix in some old prescription bottle stuff, an old paint bottle. I have some pipettes that I'm going to use, pipettes. Not sure the correct pronunciation of it, but we're going to go from there. Let's see what happens. I guess I only need one glove on. Now these jars are kind of football shapish, and yeah, let's get some on the bottom. My turner, I built myself. I purchased the motors off Amazon. I didn't like what I saw for reviews on a bunch of turners, so because I do some woodworking stuff, I went ahead and built my own turner. I'm gonna use just, like I said, I don't know how this is going to turn out because this is with mica powder. It's not regular store-bought Pinata alcohol inks. It's not any other brand. It's just 91% alcohol. Should I have used denatured alcohol? There's a possibility, but I had 91% rubbing alcohol here, so that's what we're going to go with. Got a fair amount on there at this moment, and I'm hoping, I don't have any white. I know they say we usually when you use alcohol ink you should have some white to help separate the colors. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a pigment or if acrylic paint would have worked for me on that. So we're just gonna see where this takes us. I had just started an Etsy account. Got one item posted on there right this moment, so I can figure it. Like I said, a lot of things going on, so little time. Now I'm trying to put this into the mix. Sundays are probably going to seem like the best days for me to go, so I'm going to shake up the inks. I'm probably going to start out with the tangerine. well, I'm not gonna call them inks. They're not an ink. I guess mica alcohol mica. So let's see what happens. He said this is gonna be an experiment. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. Well, it's spreading nice. Probably if I would have used a white background instead of a, it might be more noticeable. Or I wonder if I would have took some of my alcohol, my regular pigments, and mixed it with here. I don't know if you can, how well you can see it. I don't know if I can zoom in and see. Let's see here. Got that one. And I can't say how well these are going to show up. The next round may be actually just doing my whole thing I do with. Probably should shake that up a little bit. Or I just don't have enough mica powder in my alcohol, because it's kind of really just running all over the place. Just one drops. It's not that thick. I'm not liking that, but we're gonna put a few more drops on, and I may just take a pipette and just do some splatter power something, because I am really not liking what I'm seeing. But it is an experiment. Worst is going to happen. It is a jar. It's not somebody's order for a tumbler or something. I can always strip it if needed. Yeah, probably my colors are so close together, as in they look alike. So we're going to leave that alone. We're going to let that spin a little bit. We are going to do the yellow, and we are going to do... Oh, where's all my spoons for that? I'm gonna try some. I have a clean pipette. I have to clean that. I'm gonna try something else too with my mica powders. Instead of using spoons. I don't know. That actually might look kind of cool what I got going on here. Let me do a couple more drops. Maybe as it thickens up. Like I said, it's all an experiment on that particular one. We'll see where it goes. But let me throw a glove on, get some epoxy on the yellow one, and we'll do my powder technique like I did on my daughter's cup. Oh, what do I got? Do I have enough? I have almost 20 milliliters, so I should be pretty good. Let's start on the back side here. These are some odd shaped jars, so not sure how the epoxy is gonna stay level on them. Hopefully with the hole turning the way it should. It shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, I'm not a pro at any of this. I've been learning as I've been going, watching other people's techniques, enjoying other people's items. So I'm gonna learn. Like I said, this is the first time for the channel. The technique I did on my daughter's cup, I actually kind of took that from a lady I saw, I think it was on YouTube. I wasn't sure if it was YouTube or if it was on a Facebook page, where she took a pipette pipe it and put it in her mica powders and kind of just bursted it on. It kind of gave like a starburst type look. So I went a little further, and I'd take spoons and I would kind of dust it on over the whole cup. I think that's pretty good and coated. I'm actually kind of think if I just occasionally just drop some stuff here and there on here and let it do its separation thing as it thickens up, it might turn out pretty cool. We'll find out. Maybe I should have just mixed some white mica powder. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go the backside of, and because the background is yellow already on this one, I think I'm going to start off with the blue. Like I said, I'm using blueberry, lemon, and pear. So, people ask me on my live how come I didn't pick up the extra powder that fell onto my vinyl cloth down here. That's because I had a little bit of epoxy mixed in with it. Yeah, I could, after I do my epoxy, I could put down another type of sheet or something and catch it. But yeah, let's see what we got going here. Let's see. I may try this whole method with a little thing just to get the bottom. Maybe I'll try the, let's see. Oh, that works kind of cool. But I like to fill up the whole thing, so we'll leave that color there. Leave the spoon in there. Very limited space on my workstation, so let's see. Got another spoon here for the pear color. Actually, I do have another eyedropper in a bag. Let's just try eyedropper method for the whole thing and load it all up. Like I said, I'm also a Bob Ross fan, and I've always agreed with that. It's really not a mistake. It's usually happy accidents. If it doesn't seem all that happy, well, then try to find the good in it. Hopefully any luck at all, I don't get it over on my daughters. I will put heat to it to try to get it to move a little bit. Got a third one. Oh, I got one that's already out of the package. Lemon yellow. I don't know how that's going to show up over everything I've already done. So I put it on kind of heavy and thick. Maybe. go back to the blue. Get a good blue coverage. It's quite a bit on that one. That's a good. Let's some more green going. This ain't turning out too bad over here. It's kind of a little different. Let's drop some more orange and tangerine on it. Let that spin around. Green. Hoping next time I'll be a little more organized. Like I said, this is the first video. Kind of was more of an introduction to who I am, what to expect from the channel. And I'd have to say probably most of it's going to be resin work, but there will be some times where it's some other stuff. Kind of cool because you can keep on just puffing it, and it kind of just goes and goes and goes. Put some on the bottom. Let's throw some heat on there. The heat will also help blow some of the extras off. Or if I tap it. Oh, Marty. Probably be cool if I did have some white or something to go in this alcohol ink one. Let's turn that the other way and see what happens. Turn this one the other way. Turn all three of them the other way for now. I don't know, this green one here, we'll throw some more yellow puffs in places and got some on the outside of the thing, so. Blow some of it away. Top of the blue. Actually works pretty good just tapping. I'm going to pull the camera off here in a minute and show this one a little closer. I don't know what color I got here. Let's see if I can. Some cool swirly stuff going on the bottom. Don't know what I got going on there. That's what I got for now, folks. Kind of liking the way that this one's going to be left. Well, I might put a little more yellow in there. I do want to put vinyl on these. Just not sure what design I may go with on this one, but we got it. See how things are gonna turn out here. And I do plan on doing some more lives on that Facebook page when I'll be asking the admin when I get around. I may do a live while doing the YouTube all at the same time. Let's see. So I think we're gonna leave that as is. I'm just gonna put some heat to it to blow some of the extra mica off. If I had a spurt bottle, I don't know if I just was to like do a little mist of alcohol in that, if it would separate and get cells, kind of like getting some sort of cells or something over here. Let's throw some more heat to it and see what comes up. Of course, there's going to be a couple more coats. The next coat I may use a little bit of different color with the same alcohol type thing and see if it goes like a layer type effect. But tangerine's actually pretty nice just with the black by itself. So, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, put your notifications on, give me a share. Be greatly appreciated. Again, my name's Nathan, and this is Porchside Rustics. Taking the camera off my tripod here so I can maybe get you guys a little closer look at what I have. So this is just alcohol mixed, or mica powders mixed with 91% alcohol. I think some purple and blues would probably look really good on a black like that. This is a close-up of the one I just did. A little better look here. There we go. So again, my name's Nathan. Everybody have yourselves a wonderful evening. And until next week, happy spinning, happy crafting. Keep making. Later.